Are you an effective believer for Christ in your workplace, school, or society? My name is Ernest Wamboye, and you are watching CITAM, Church Online. In the previous video, we looked at Daniel, a man who was excellent in what he did, and he stood out while working for a pagan king. And we were asking ourselves as believers, how can we be like Daniel in such environments, such that we stand out and we are able to influence our societies, influence our schools, influence our workplaces for Jesus Christ? And we're going to look at the first quality concerning Daniel that made him stand out. We are told in verse 3 to 4 of Daniel chapter 6, Daniel distinguished himself above the administrators and the satraps because he had an extraordinary spirit. Now we're going to focus on that kind of spirit, extraordinary spirit. We see that Daniel was effective because he was different from the other leaders. There were several leaders, there were 120 satraps, there were 3 governors, and yet among all 123 of them, one of them stood out. His name was Daniel. And we are told he stood out because he had an extraordinary spirit. Another version says he had an excellent spirit. I'm going to look at the word extraordinary and just explain it to us. What does extraordinary mean? Extraordinary means just as it says, extraordinary, more than ordinary. Are you more than ordinary in your workplace? Or are you just like everyone else? There were 123 leaders. Daniel was not like all of them. He was different. He was extraordinary. Believers should strive to be different from those around them as far as the quality of their work is concerned. I'm going to give you a few examples. When you are given some work to do you just do the bare minimum and deliver the work? Or do you do more than is expected? When you go beyond what is given to you, that is extraordinary. When you are given to clean this room and you're told, please clean up this room, we're going to have a meeting of 10 people. And you could decide, I'm just going to clean up the place where 10 people will sit. Or you could say, you know what, I'm going to clean the entire room. Now, if your boss or your superior comes into the place and finds that you've cleaned not just a section for 10 people, but you've cleaned the entire room, guess what you've just done? You've proved yourself to be more than ordinary, extraordinary. Whenever you're given a task in the workplace, ask yourself, what would the ordinary person do? What would the average man or woman do? And you realize the average man or woman would just do the bare minimum and leave the rest. Go the extra mile. Do what is extra. There's a saying that goes, there is no traffic in the extra mile. Everyone is clogged in rush hour where bare minimum work is concerned. But when you go the extra mile, you'll realize that there are very few people who go that far because they decide to have an excellent spirit. They decide to be extraordinary. Do you plan to arrive to work at 8 o'clock simply because your contract says 8 o'clock? I'll tell you what, arrive 15 minutes earlier. Let the boss see you there 15 minutes earlier. Be extraordinary. When everyone leaves the workplace at exactly 4:30, leave at 4:45. Do a bit of extra work. Don't just say, I have been paid up to 4:30. Find out what you can do for an extra 15 minutes or so. It doesn't need to be too big, but those small differences will eventually amount to a huge difference. We must strive to be extraordinary in the workplace. We cannot be like the 123 satraps. We cannot be like every other ordinary leader. We cannot be like every other ordinary worker, every other ordinary student. We must stand out. That is the standard that Christ calls us to. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it has blessed you. If it has, please like, please comment, please let us know your thoughts. And also, please share it with your friends. Let them be blessed as well. If you'd like to connect with us, please, our contacts are at the bottom of the screen. Connect with us at any time. And you're also welcome to come for our Sunday church services at CITAM Valley Road. My name is Ernest Wamboye, and you're watching CITAM Church Online.